All right, let's be real right now. The economy is pretty rough. Jobs are unstable and everything just keeps getting more expensive. And truthfully, AI is replacing people a lot faster than companies are announcing their layoffs.
AI took our jobs.
And because of all that, everyone is starting some kind of side hustle. So instead of becoming another small business, why not start the business that serves all of the other small businesses? Now, that's exactly what I did during COVID, and it actually worked out pretty well for me. So today I'm going to be showing you how to start a real t-shirt business the right way, without having to buy an expensive printer that always needs to be maintained. And I'm going to be showing you this using the exact tools that I use every single day. I'm going to teach you what you need in terms of equipment, how to design, and how to start to get customers, which I know a lot of people struggle with. So let's jump straight in. Now, the reason that this is such a good opportunity right now is because every single business needs merch. Gyms want their shirts for their trainers. Realtors want polos with their logos on it. Landscapers want uniforms that are made out of polyester so it's cool outside. Bakeries want matching tees and contractors want hoodies. Everyone wants to look professional. And the thing people don't realize is big suppliers don't want small orders. They want orders of 300, 500, 1,000 shirts. But small businesses only need 5 shirts or 12 or 24. And they want them fast. And that's where someone like you and I come in. The gap in the market is exactly why this business works. Before we get into the equipment, I quickly want to talk about something that's very important, and that's doing custom work versus building your own brand, because I know a lot of people want to start their own brand. Most people get stuck on this, and honestly, I used to be one of them. When I first started, I wanted to launch my own clothing brand. I wanted to do everything about anime. I had ideas, designs, and logos. I had everything, had the whole 9 yards. But what actually took off for me wasn't the brand. It was the custom work. Local businesses, birthdays, events, schools, gyms, that brought money in practically immediately. Brands, on the other hand, take some time to grow. A lot of time sometimes. So here's what I would suggest. Do both if that's what you want to do. Let the custom work pay your bills and build your skills and build your brand on the side at its own pace. Don't rule one out. Go with the flow. You're going to try things. Some things won't work. You'll fail a bit. But at the end of the day, you're going to learn a lot. And that's all normal. The most important thing is that you keep going. Your momentum will get stronger. And since we're talking about keeping going, let's quickly touch up on something that's also very important, and that's mentality. Because this business is way more mental than you think. You don't know how many times I started and gave up. You're going to press crooked designs. You're going to waste vinyl. You're going to mismeasure a hoodie or accidentally press something upside down. That's happened to me quite a few times. It's all part of the learning curve, and honestly, just have fun with it. But every shirt that you press ends up building your confidence. It's going to get to a point where you're just going to throw the shirt on the press, throw the transfer on there, heat press it, and you're good. But it's going to take a little bit of time to get to that point. Every customer that you help is essentially going to teach you something, because it's going to give you some roadblocks that you're going to have to get over. This business rewards consistency, not perfection. So if you can stay patient and curious, and if you're willing to learn, you're already going to be ahead. All right, now that all of that is out of the way, let's go ahead and start getting into what you actually need to start. And we're starting with your heat press, because your heat press is essentially the heart of your entire operation. This is the machine that does literally all of the work for you. And I'm going to warn you right now, don't go to Amazon and buy the cheap $130 press. Will it work? Yes. The right way? Probably not. Why? Because it's going to give you cold spots, uneven pressure, and sometimes it might even burn shirts. And honestly, if you're serious about the business, you're going to outgrow it really fast. Look, the absolute minimum size that I recommend is 15 by 15. But honestly, don't go smaller than a 16 by 20. That's what I use. I use the Transpro Plus heat press from Pro World, and it lets you press literally everything from hoodies to oversized prints, tote bags, sleeves, big designs, everything. Having that extra space removes limitations, and limitations can cost you time, money, and essentially your creativity. So if you're serious about doing this, start strong with a real press. And if you want to learn more about the Transpro Plus heat press, just check out this video right here. It is going to be linked at the end of the video, and the direct link to it is going to be down in the description below. Now, once you've got your press, you need to know what you're pressing. And there are 3 main methods that I use in my business. 1, DTF transfers. 2, screen print transfers. And 3, heat transfer vinyl. Let's start with DTF. DTF transfers are perfect for full color designs, gradients within the design, not necessarily, let's say, glowing or smoke on the outside. Semi-transparent parts don't work really well with transfers, but it's also great for full color or multicolor artwork, photos, logos, really anything that's detailed. They look and they feel like retail prints. They look really good, especially if you know how to optimize your artwork, which I can teach you more about that if you go ahead and subscribe. They're vibrant, they're stretchy, they're durable, and they're perfect for smaller orders or orders with a lot of detail. Now, as far as my DTF transfers, I get all of them from Pro World because the quality is consistent and they're reliable. And if you don't know how to build your own gang sheet, they have a built-in gang sheet maker. Now, besides that, there's screen print transfers. These are what you use when you're doing bulk orders. If a gym needs 30 shirts, or a school needs 50, or a team just needs a batch of uniforms, screen print transfers are the way to go. They're soft, they last practically forever, and they're super cost effective when you get them in the larger quantities. Now, I usually order screen print transfers when I have anything that's 25 or more. And also, one very big important thing to note, DTF or DTF gang sheets, or really anything that has the word gang sheet in it, allows you to put multiple different designs in one sheet. While regular screen print transfers, if it does not say gang sheet, is going to be a single design. And again, my screen print transfers, I also get them from ProWorld because the quality is solid every single time. And also, the links to everything is going to be down in the description below. Now, here's where it gets strategic. Sometimes DTF is actually cheaper than screen printing or screen print transfers. If you're doing small designs like pocket logos or left chest prints, you can fit a ton of them onto a DTF gang sheet. And the cost per print, or the cost for the entire job, is going to drop massively. But sometimes screen print transfers are 100 times cheaper if you're doing, let's say, a simple one color large front design on 100 shirts. That's why before I order anything, I always set up my artwork, I upload it to the ProWorld website, and I check both my options, DTF and screen print transfers. And really, at the end of the day, I let the pricing decide which method is best for that same exact design. Because my customers don't care if I use DTF or screen print transfers. Maybe 1 out of every 100 does. It's not a big deal. And speaking about that, same goes for HTV or heat transfer vinyl. A lot of people say, ooh, heat transfer vinyl, but most people don't know what that is. And as long as they have their design on their shirt, they're fine with it. I've never had once a complaint about heat transfer vinyl, especially if I'm using the right one. Specifically Siser. Siser is amazing, and they have super soft vinyl that actually lasts longer than the shirt sometimes. Look, heat transfer vinyl is honestly such an underrated tool. Ever since DTF came out, people forgot about it, but HTV is your same day hero. Someone needs a name on the back, heat transfer vinyl. Someone wants a quick inside neck tag, heat transfer vinyl. Someone wants a personalized hoodie literally for tonight, heat transfer vinyl. It's fast, it's reliable, and you can get super creative with it, especially with all of the different options there are, the different specialty vinyls. HTV comes in single color, sheets, rolls, metallic, glitter, puff, you name it. And the cool thing is that you can also layer it to create multicolor or multi-effect designs. And it doesn't just go on shirts. You can press HTV on tote bags, canvas, aprons, pillowcases, even certain types of solid or hard surfaces. And your vinyl cutter, speaking of which, I actually use the Siser Juliet. It's a new cutter that came out that's absolutely amazing. It looks super cool, it's super aesthetic, and the best part is that it's fast and it's quiet. But anyway, besides that, it also cuts adhesive vinyl, pretty much for stickers. It also cuts cardstock, it cuts paper. It can help you make decals, and it can help you make stencils. It's really one of the most versatile tools that you're gonna own. Just remember, heat transfer vinyl, instead of using your regular PNG images, it's actually going to use vector or SVG files. If you want to learn how to use SVGs properly, then again, just make sure you subscribe because I've got a full video on that coming pretty soon. We're going to be covering a lot more vinyl on this channel. Now, before we go any further, let me save you a huge headache, ton of regret, and maybe $15,000 or $16,000. Do not buy a DTF or a DTG printer. I've owned both. I've tried literally everything that you can think of. And all of the maintenance routines, the daily printing, the shaking of the inks, the cleaning of the lines, honestly, I can't do it. It's just too much. It's not for me. And even recently, I had a DTF printer right here in my office. I'm pretty sure a lot of you saw it, and it just drove me insane. The maintenance alone is a full-time job. You have to run it every single day or the print heads are going to dry. You have to deal with clogs, fumes from the powder, film, powder. It can be a bit noisy sometimes, and the mess. And one clog can literally ruin your entire day. Look, DTG and DTF printers are cool because you can print stuff directly from your house or literally from wherever you have it. But it needs to be for you. And for me, it's not it. And really, anybody that's starting their t-shirt businesses or just getting started, I do not recommend it because more than likely, you're not going to start with all of that business to actually keep it running, to keep it maintained and essentially well lubricated, I guess. So unless you're printing massive volumes every single week, it's not worth the stress. It's not worth the money, and it's not worth the space. Just buy your transfers from ProWorld. You get quality, consistency, and peace of mind. And if you want to see how bad my DTG experience was, I lost $17,000. Just watch this video right here. Again, it's also going to be linked at the end of the video. It's brutal. All right, now that we covered equipment and production, let me show you how easy it is to actually create designs. Because I know this part is huge and a lot of people struggle because they don't know how to design. And trust me, I've been there. Which is now my go-to design tool has always been, ever since I found out about it, Kittl. Why? Because Kittl has an amazing text to image generator. Let me show you really quick. Now, when it comes to designing, again, I use Kittl all the time for everything. And let me show you how quick and easy it is. All you have to do is sign up for Kittl. I do suggest that you sign up so you can unlock all of the premium features, and you can get started right now for 25% off when you use my code NEKOPRINTSYT. This will get you 25% off your monthly subscription or your yearly subscription. So I highly suggest you use it for the yearly one because you get a good discount. Check it out. Now, what you're going to do here is you're going to go through all of these different templates. You can edit any one of these templates. Let's say this Happy Halloween one. I know Halloween passed, but let's just go ahead and use this one really fast. We can go ahead and click on edit. Now on this part, we literally are able to change everything. So instead of Halloween, we could put Christmas. Granted, this is going to be a really weird Christmas one, but just as a quick showcase, I just want to show you this really fast because you can change anything that you want. But the real magic comes from their AI. So this is what I use all the time. So we're going to start a new project and we're going to set our specifics. I always use inches. I keep it at 20 inches and the DPI is imperative that you do 300. And again, this is where the pro subscription is going to come in because it does let you change that DPI. Quick note, pretty much no matter what service you use, whether it's Kittl or anything else, unless you have the pro subscription or the upgraded subscription, you're never going to be able to download at 300 DPI. You're always going to be limited to 72 DPI, which is going to result in lower quality images, blurry or pixelated images. So always stick to 300. We're going to create. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here where it says AI and I'm going to choose my style. I've been using their new ones lately. I've been using this one and I've been using this one. This is actually my favorite one. So let's describe our image, right? Let's say a customer wants something for their swim team. So we're going to do something simple, a swimmer in the ocean with a text, Miami swim team with a distressed design. Now we're just going to go ahead and generate. While this is generating, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click my artboard back here and I'm going to reduce the opacity. All right, you see how quick and easy that was? Now all we do is remove the background. We can go ahead and stretch it out all the way to the edges of our canvas. Sorry, my computer's tripping out a little bit. I got to restart it. That's why it's going a little bit slow. And that's it. We can go ahead and download this as it is, and we can use it to print our DTF transfers. Now, if we do want to change this, we can easily just go ahead and set this to the side. We can change the style and see what it comes up with a different style. So I'm going to use the mascot style and see what it comes up with. Now this is what it came up with. As you can see, it's pretty good. It does have a couple quirks to it, so we can always adjust the prompt or we can just simply remake it. But I also did it in a different style, this one right here, which is the logo type. So I could show you that you can also do this for vector and SVG images. So if you do decide to go with a vinyl cutter and you're also using heat transfer vinyl, you can use Kittl to create these designs for you in the correct format. Now, the cool thing about SVG is that the DPI doesn't really matter because essentially what an SVG is, it's a scalable vector graphic, meaning that you can take this image and make it as big as you want and it's never going to get blurry, as long as it's an SVG file. Again, more on that on future videos, so be sure to subscribe. And remember, if you do want to check out Kittl, you can get started right now for 25% off using my code NEKOPRINTSYT. Now that we basically have everything down to start printing, let's start getting our customers. And honestly, this is a lot easier than people think. Here's a few different ways that I get customers, all the same strategies that I used when I first got started, and they're still bringing in customers today. Now, the first one is open up a Google listing. It's easier than most people think. It takes a few days because you do need to verify your address, but it really helps get your name out there locally. Just make sure that you mention in your description of your business that you print shirts and a few of the different services that you offer, like screen printing, since you do offer screen print transfers. And this is really going to help with your SEO, or people simply just searching up t-shirt printing near me and you popping up. All right, number 2, Facebook Marketplace and neighborhood apps. I can't stress this enough. Get on Facebook and start posting on Marketplace. And look for apps or look for neighborhood communities on Facebook, like let's say Craigslist, or simply just a neighborhood community group for where you live. Start posting on there. There's also apps like neighborhood apps, like Nextdoor that you can download on your phone, where people essentially just come together as a community and use each other's services or just talk about what's going on. All right, number 3, post on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and wherever it is every time that you make something. Make a reel because these get seen by a lot more people. And also post the finished product. My suggestion, show yourself making the customer's orders and then have a second post of just the finished order. Then you have one reel and one post. I've been found by a lot of customers through Instagram doing the same exact thing. All right, number 4, this one's huge, and it's customer service. Always keep your customers happy. They'll stick with you. I have customers from day 1, 5 years ago, that are still hitting me up for the same shirts and all of the same stuff. And finally, number 5, this is huge, and I don't know why people don't do it. and that's cold calling. Sorry, I don't like cold calling. Cold DMing. So slide into people's DMs. Now what you're going to do is you're going to mention how you're a small business that's starting out and you would like to help them out. Now the trick here is to look for small businesses. Look for small businesses in your area, or simply as you're walking around and you see a store, look inside. If you see people are wearing regular t-shirts and just an apron over, it's a perfect customer. They obviously don't have anybody to create their custom merch for them. Look, some people are going to say no. Some people are going to say that they have someone, but then there are going to be a good amount of people that say yes, or that are going to ask you for your prices or your sample, or that they'll get back to you. The important part is to keep going and to keep DMing people. Funny enough, I actually took one of my customers, a pretty big gym here in Miami, from Custom Ink, and they never went back. I saw their shirts were hanging one day when we were training, and I look at it and I see it has a Custom Ink logo on it, and I'm like, yo, you get your shirts from Custom Ink? He's like, yeah. I'm like, here's my card. I make shirts myself, and I would love to work with you. Like, I'll give you a good pricing for the first round. Let me know, or not for the first round, but just overall. Just let me know what you need, and we'll get stuff done. And he's like, all right, we'll see. Sure enough, 2 weeks later, he hits me up. I give him a round of shirts, and he's like, dude, I love this. And he never went back. 1, it was faster. 2, it was cheaper. And 3, it was better quality. And 4, it was more personable. So as I was editing this video, I actually just finished this app that I was working on, and it actually solves a huge pain point that I had right from when I first got started. So this is something that's really good for people that are just starting, or even people that have been in the game for a while. Now, this app is one that I actually made myself, and it's called PrintFlow. Now, really, that's all it is. It's a flow for your printing business, right? So this is how you're going to keep track of all of your customers, how much money is coming in, and you even have a lot of extra features. So first off, you have your dashboard. And on here, you're going to have all of your different jobs, along with all of this extra information. I'm going to go quickly through all of this because I don't want to bore you with it. But if you do want a detailed explanation on everything on here, just check out this video right here. But on the dashboard, you're going to have access to all of this information, your total profit, your total revenue, how many jobs you have active, how many are overdue, and you have your different projects that you're currently working on, or the different jobs. You can change the statuses, you can change the payment status, you can go ahead and click into any one of these and check out all of the information for this job. And of course, you're able to also edit it or mark it as complete. Here you have information on your profits, on your pricing, and any invoices that you generate and you attach to this job in particular. And it even has the customer information, which you are also going to have access to your customer database. So speaking of customer databases, here is our customers tab. You have all of your customer information here. You can go ahead and click on it. You have their information, how much money they've made you, when their last job was, all of their different jobs, any invoices. And we also have the invoices tab, speaking of invoices, where you can go ahead and create an invoice and just really see all of the different invoices that you have, whether they're open or closed. You can change the statuses, and you can go ahead and click into any one of them, edit, delete, mark as complete, whatever it is that you need. We have our profit reports, which tells you everything that you need to know about your business and how much money you've been making, how much your revenue has been, your total profit, month to date, year to date, and your performance metrics. So what jobs have brought in the most money? Has it been screen print transfers? Has it been DTF? Has it been embroidery? Who's your most profitable client? And your top 10s and your average order or your average profit per order. You have pricing instructions, so if you're ever lost, you don't have to go Googling through like 50 different websites. You can just check it out through here. We have a gang sheet builder, so you can build your DTF gang sheets. A lot of places don't let you do this. A lot of places are going to limit you to 72 dpi in terms of the resolution, which it's not good for printing. And everything I have here, so if we go ahead and upload an image, we can go ahead and, you can resize it, you can do whatever you want, copy, paste, add more. You can change the width and the height. And when you do download it, it exports at 300 dpi. So you are going to have high definition files for high definition printing and high quality prints. We have a profit calculator for your DTF and your screen print transfers. This takes into consideration literally everything, even the fees that you're paying. You can go ahead and set that over here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, in terms of pricing, there are 3 different tiers. We have the free, the creator, and the pro. Now, really, the creator is going to have everything that you need, but the pro is going to have a little bit extra. It's going to have access to the t-shirt design hub, so you're able to go in there and download all of the different images that we have available for you. They are all print ready PNGs, high resolution 300 dpi, and you're also going to have access to any future extras, any future updates. And another thing with Pro is that you get the option to really just do some quicker changes rather than going into the project itself and clicking edit. That's the biggest difference between the creator and the Pro, but you are able to try the Pro right now for $10 off, so you can get Pro for the same price as Creator if you use code 10OFF at checkout. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Starting a t-shirt business right now is one of the easiest and lowest risk ways to build income in this economy. You don't need a printer, you don't need a warehouse, you just need a real and legit heat press, transfers, a vinyl cutter, that's also kind of optional, but I do suggest it, and a good design tool, obviously Kittle. And of course, consistency. Custom work brings in fast money, and your brand grows slowly on the side. Don't overthink it, don't try to make everything perfect. Just start. Go to the Pro World website whenever you're unsure and compare the pricing between DTF and screen print transfers. Also, we do have heat transfer vinyl on there, so you have that option on there as well. Sometimes you'll save a ton of money without even realizing it. Let your customers guide you. Let the market shape you. You're gonna mess up, and that's okay, because at the end of the day, you're gonna learn. And if you keep going, this business can change your entire life. I right now can tell you this. It completely changed mine, and for the better. Again, links to everything that I mentioned are going to be down below, and let's just get to pressing. Thanks everyone for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. My name is Mario with NEKOPRINTS, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.